Peace, 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 peace.
I speak for the 5 percenters, he do.
Hey, man. Hold on. There we go. Chip, chip, chip. What I do, man? Hold on. Peace, 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 peace. So, as y'all could tell, a brother has been pretty active lately. And so, hold on. Let me.
I speak for the 5 percenters, he do.
All right, that's peace. That's peace. All right. So, you know, um, yeah, brother's been pretty active today or this week. And we're going to do it like this. I'm coming a little bit early, but it's all good. It's all good. And so, hold on. Shit. All right, there we go. Everything's good. That's peace, peace, peace. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do something different. Or it's been a long time since I did this, and so I haven't even checked on here. This brother hit me up on Instagram, talked about getting knowledge of self. All right, so let's do something a little tad bit different, and we're gonna switch it out. And hold on, let's see. Peace, peace, peace. Hey man, it's been a minute since I've been on live on Instagram. And so today we're talking about today's live is does the 5% get married? That's the question we're going to be building on. And so let me shit. Damn. I think how am I gonna send all this stuff? Hold on. Gotta turn this off. I have to turn that off right quick as I send the stuff to the brothers and stuff. So mm, mm, wrong one. So peace, peace, peace. Um inviting people to the live. Peace. Peace for everyone that just came in. Um and I gotta send the live to my brother. Well, a few of my brothers, but um Yeah, hold on. Faye Shakanula. What's the science? Yeah, yeah. A lot of people. Yeah. You see, this not a recorded one. This live and direct. So I know some people might have been like, "Damn, how many premieres he's going to do?" And so, hey, yo, check this out though. Ah, hey, your man Wise. Look, your man Wise upgraded. You're your man Wise upgraded. I have to put some money back in. I haven't spent anything on the live in a long time, and so I got a better camera. I got a better camera, and yeah, there we go, full screen, baby. So I got a better camera, and I can move it. You know, I got a see, I got a remote and shit, and so yeah. So peace Shakanula. What's the science? Those that want to come in, you can hit that link right there. Shakanulu in the building. Peace. Hey, yo, Shakanulu. Just for you. Peace. And so we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like this. Does the 5%ers get married? And that is that's a weird way to say it. Does the 5%ers get married? But, you know, gotta do it like that. And so, how do y'all see that question? Uh Before I even went live, Shah Unique Allah said not under the government. That's now Cypher. And so peace to Shah Unique Allah. Peace, space. And so Shah Unique is talking about a cultural thing that we have where certain brothers said Allah said don't get married underneath the government. Or at least that's what they said he said, right? I ain't calling anyone a liar. I wasn't there. So I can't confirm nor deny. And I haven't talked to those brothers that said he did. And so until then, I'm just going to say brother said that he said that, you know? And so, and so, still, what's that? Sounds distracting. All right. And so, for some people, it's a what the God Shah Unique Allah said. It's a now cipher. And so, Shakanulu, if you still in here, what do you think? Does the 5% get married? Let me make this more grammatically correct. Pace, pace, pace. Uh, question is, do 5%ers get married? That's the question. Do they is kind of vague. What do you mean? What do you mean? Do they is kind of vague. Like, does the five percenters get vague, or does the five percenters get married? That's vague. Sure. However you want it to mean. Do five percenters get married? However you want to draw it up. Do five percenters get married? So, in case y'all didn't know, this is a live. This is a live video, and so for those that may be new to the channel, um, I usually do lives on Friday. You would assume some do. Okay. And how do you see being married? Just your own personal understanding. How do you see that being married? And for anybody, because I know there's more than Shakanulu in here. Um, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about what Shah Unique Allah said? Not underneath the government. That's now cipher. What does that mean to y'all? See, we gotta warm up to these this kind of discussion. Peace, peace. Whoops, shit. Yeah. So, like I said, I did some fancy stuff. Got me a high tech camera. Yeah, I upgraded because I was just using my laptop camera, and now, you know, okay. For what reason? Not to get all up in your business and stuff, but we're building. Do five percenters get married? I know there's more than just one person in here, so don't be shy. Come on, and give your C on it. Give your understanding. Shit, hold on, plug in this laptop. Don't want it going dead. Everything that's plugged into here. Show comment stage. Huh. Core then. Peace. Divine God Allah. Peace. Look, I'm gonna do this for you just because you know you've been around. You've been around a while. Um, just for you, Divine. You said something very controversial there, God. You said honestly, I don't have the patience. Shakanulu, what's going on, bro? How do you got the patience to teach? Uh, to teach people the trades over and over and over again. You don't have the patience to commit, get married to a woman. Come on, man. It's messed up. So divine God Allah, do the 5% get married? Do 5%ers get married? Maybe it's one of those subjects that, you know, y'all not really interested in. Is that what you're telling me? Or are y'all waiting for me to give my seat? You know, I wait to say what I'm going to say because I want to know what y'all really going to say. Not being influenced by me or the things I say or other brothers say. My man Shakanulu, it's easy to teach people the electrical trade as I can walk off the job after 8 to 10 hours. Yeah, well, are you saying that you'll be around your woman 24/7? What about when you're gone for those 8 to 10 hours? And look, Shakanula, I know you pimping all over the world. I know you pimping all over the world. You know, there's plenty of movies of old men like, like, damn, I need to settle down now. I need to settle down. And it's because y'all need to stop hunching. Y'all need to stop hunching. What do my DC people say? Y'all lunching? Do y'all still say that? Lunching? Fine, God, man, I'm waiting on you. Does the 5%ers get married? And there's people in here and they ain't speaking. I see you peeking while you're not speaking. I was never the settle down. Don't have the patience. Okay, okay, okay. So you does the 5% get married? You took the safe route. I would assume some. See, that's the safe route. You're not stealing any bases with that. As a baseball reference, see, it's really safe. What do the rest of y'all think? Do the 5%ers get married? Because what does it mean to get married? And I know I keep going back to this, but Shah unique law, not under the government. That's now cipher. So that means it implies that there's another way to get married. Hold on right quick. Peace, peace, peace. Oh shit. You can still hear me? I guess it didn't mute the I guess it didn't mute the camera got a mute button, but I guess, doesn't mute that. So hold on. Peace. So I have to call my righteous brothers. And so, look, it's getting too long for me to drag this out. And so how I see it, right, is that you can be married, right, in the mind. And I know what y'all thinking. That is some pimp, slick talking shit right there. And even someone said that to me when I said me and my queen, we married in the mind. Hold on real quick. Peace. So yes, Shakanulu, are you saying mind? Yes. MIND. Married in the mind. And so someone said that I told them, like, nah, me and the queen, we married in the mind. They was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to use that. That's on some pimp slick shit right there. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that. I actually mean that. Is that we're married in the mind. Now, what does married in the mind mean? Well, when you're talking about having someone that's like you, right? Um, and is righteous and a alike, right? I don't want a woman of me. Why would I want a woman laying next to me that's the opposite of me? See, I'm righteous. I'm a righteous man. I'm gonna get to that. I'm a righteous man. And so why would I want a woman who is unrighteous? That doesn't make sense. So Shakanulu said no state contract? No. Shit. Make sure this camera don't fall. No state contract. No. See, because we married into mine. So that means we won mine. Hold on, let me make sure this internet is not tripping. So we married into mine. That means we're one minded, right? And so that means my queen is righteous. No, at first I thought you meant mind. No, at first I thought you meant mind being no state contract. I see where you are going. Well, there's no contract. There's no state contract, right? There isn't a contract. Me and my queen, it's not underneath the government. We're not married underneath the government. See, we married in the mind. You see what I'm saying? And what does that mean? That means that we both agree that we're not going underneath this government. Because honestly, you say you God, peace, righteous divine. Welcome to the channel. Peace, of course we do. Hold on. Were you here? Have you been on here before? Righteous divine? Pretty sure I saw your name in there. Yeah. So, oh, you mean peace? Of course we do. Or you mean like do 5%ers get married? Is that what you mean? Okay. And so no. And so there was this, argument last year where um a family member tried to challenge me about being married and how I'm playing around and bullshitting and playing house and all that stuff. So it's not like, and of course, this family member is a woman, and so it's not like you won't get any pushback for this. Righteous divine. I'm still wanting to know what you meant. All right, have to check some business. So righteous divine. What did you mean by peace? Of course we do. Are you saying? Of course we do. Yeah, yeah. Oh, shacking up. And cool part about it is it was during the baby shower. And so I was surrounded by women. I was the only man there. And of course, it's my child. So, but and then another sister, she's not family, but she's community. She's like a community auntie. She was like, the ancestors want to see y'all get married. I said, the ancestors? What the hell they got to do with anything? Like, did they specifically tell you that they want to see me and her get married? That's kind of weird. Don't they got better things to do than tell you some shit like that? Fix this so it don't fall. I was gonna say that. Like, look, man, you talk the ancestors. The ancestors told you that they want to see me and my queen get married. How come the ancestors didn't tell me this shit? Yeah. Look, but it goes deeper than that, right? It goes deeper than this modern thing, right? Because one, you get married underneath the government, now you got someone else in your relationship. You got another party that's not invested, that has no interest, that doesn't care that whether you guys stay together or not. And now they all up in your business. All up in your business. Yeah. Spooky mystery ancestors. Like, that's look, man, y'all not about to shame me into getting married. What? So look, so there's a lot of stuff there's stuff that you're gonna face being a 5%er. And because, we are going counter to where a lot of people are going, right? So, you know, uh don't celebrate holidays, don't eat pork. That's a big one. Like, you tell black people you don't eat pork, they act like you slap their mom. But the main thing is, who is this man that I need permission to have this woman who is naturally my partner? The black woman belongs to me and I to her, right? And so, who is this man that has the authority for me to go to him so I can marry this woman that's originally mine? See, that's on some slave master shit. Oh, Mr. Jones, me and Celie was thinking about getting married, and I reckon I just came to get your blessing. No disrespect to our people back then, but they didn't have a choice. They were underneath a condition in which they had no freedom or little freedom thereof. And so, why would I subject myself to that same thing? That doesn't make sense. Peace, 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 peace. All right, just changing some stuff up. Peace. Is anyone out there? Can y'all hear me? You feel me? And so, why would I subject myself to that? This woman is naturally my partner, naturally belong to me. Who has the authority for me to go to him and ask her, "Can I be with this woman?" And I know what some people want to say. What about her father? Don't you need to ask her father for permission? Well, not my queen. One and two. I mean, like, if you want to go down that tradition or all that, that's peace. That's still not going under government, and that's more so like um, a cultural thing where you ask her father, "Can you marry her? Can you offer? Can you take her hand in marriage, or whatever the fuck they, however they say that?" And because basically you taking her from her father, and then you bring her into your cipher. And so I didn't personally have to do that, right? Um, However, you know, that's most use the facade of death, and most females will say you're scared of the commitment because you don't want to be state recognized. State recognized. Yeah, well, with that, I would say is one, you can have legal documents uh stating that she's the beneficiary to your estate. So, um, yeah, that just to clean stuff up and to make sure everything, is how it's supposed to go. I don't see that going underneath the government because that's basically saying, okay, my assets, this is the person who is going to be designated and taking care of that. And so it doesn't even got to be the queen. It could be my children. Because when I return, I'm going to have this assets and shit. And so and it depends on when I return, how much assets I will have. And so, nah, the queen, she, she's my beneficiary. And so, because they try to hit me with that too, well, what if you die and what's going to happen to her? Yeah, she's my beneficiary. Now, is that going underneath the government? No. That's telling where and who's in charge, who's the executive of a state. Because, like, look, dealing with the old earth and the old foundation returning, there's a lot of stuff that you deal with in death. And if you don't got a plan, just plan for people to take advantage of you. And so, I write my history in advance. So no, I don't need to be married for the queen to be taken care of if I return first. And what insurance does she have? Like what is how is she going to be insured that I don't leave her? Even in marriage, you don't have that assurance because people leave people all the time. You see, the leading cause of divorce is marriage. I know, I know, I'm funny. You like my setup? Doing a lot, huh? Yeah, got everything. Yeah, I mean, and so they can't see you. Oh, Yeah. And so all the things, if you take like religion and feelings out, then there's really no, and I'm not religious. And so there's really no reason, you know, because they'll say, you want to be one in a union underneath God. Well, it's kind of awkward, but I am God. So the union of when her and I agree, that's uh that's the union under God. Sign there. So yeah, yeah, it makes it a business. The contract also makes it a business. Yeah. So check it like this. And if you look at it like that, they always say two people coming as one. That's a merger. That's two businesses merging, becoming a new business. And they tax your ass like one too. And and just like in any merger, it's not 50-50, right? There, you know, you may have your name on it, but that CEO that was in company B, now he's the CEO of the new company. Yeah. That's why a lot of men don't see any benefit in getting married. And this science was way before nowadays, you know? Again, who is this man that has the authority that I need to go to him? Who is this man that has the authority to for me to go to him? Hold on, someone just called me. Yeah. And so oh, that's one of my reasons. Yeah, yeah. Like, look, it's it's not even a good, it's not even a good deal. You sign that contract, it's a terrible deal. And people be like, "Oh, you should get married and stuff like that." And but then the same people that tell me that be the ones that went through a divorce. Like, look, and then y'all have to wait. Y'all separated, but you had to wait for this third party to say it's okay for y'all to break up. Well, that's crazy. So yeah, there's many ways you can the journey of life. Blessings, host and chat. Love from Canada. Oh, peace, peace. I was looking through my subscribers and I saw you was one, and I looked. Yeah, you got a nice channel there. Um, yeah, I saw one of your videos. It was I think it was an old one, but you did this oh yeah. I've never seen a Bible in a divorce court. Indeed. So journey of my life. Um, peace and love to Canada. We got love for Canada over here. My name is Wise Prince of Law, And so, what do you think about the subject we're talking about? I don't know if you know what five percenters are, but I'll just keep it like, what are the benefits of getting married versus not? Okay, okay, that speaks. And so five percenters, we are a nation of men, women, and children. Um, and what we teach is that the, the black woman is the earth, and the babies are the greatest, and should be taken care of, honored, and protected. That the original people are black, and when we say black, we're talking about black, brown, and yellow as one. Peace. Knowledge born. Peace. 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 Oh, knowledge born. This for you. Whoops. Wrong one. That's for you. Knowledge born. And so we journey of life. Back to you. And so we are a culture. We're not a religion. We're a culture. And I subscribe to you. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Yeah, and I saw and I went to your channel, and yeah, you got quite a few subscribers of your own. Definitely a lot bigger than mine. Actually, I think you have the most subscribers of anyone that follows me. Excuse me while I do my dance. True indeed. And so one the topic today is, do five percenters get married? And the reason why I brought this up is that yeah, yeah, 23,266. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know the exact number because it could always go up. But there was an interesting video that I saw where there was some. I don't want to change the subject, but there was like, I I don't know if it was you or like you shared it. I think it was you. Uh, where it was like these little balls, these little detox that yeah, it's a little uni detox. And I was like, wow. And I sent it to my queen. She was like, why the hell did you send this to me? And so yeah, I don't know if I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to get too graphic. And so yeah, so like I said, um when we dealing with, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that was an interesting video. Interesting video. I was like, wow, that was I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know there was things that did that. But I know Black women deal with a lot of fibroids and stuff like that, and so I can understand why there's certain things like that. Um, but yeah, that was quite interesting, informational. See, and so yeah, yeah, and okay, so when I was born, and so to reiterate for those of y'all that just came in, we're talking about do 5 percenters get married. Ooh, wee. Ooh, look, man. Hold on. Let me get the right one. There we go. There we go. Let's get it. When I was born said, I don't see the need for us to get married. And I was born. Look, I got high tech, G. Look, look, look. Yay, yay. And so I don't see the need for us to get married, especially if you have an earth. God and earth are already a union that laws and statutes can't govern. Peace. Uh, yeah, yeah, man. Look, high tech up in here, high tech. And so, the journey of my life. What's your name? So I don't have to keep saying the journey of my life. Are you leaving him right here? I bet you do. I bet you are. Huh? What did you say? Boy, you keep talking. We're gonna have to move some furniture up in here. Up in here. It's a big difference between married and lawfully wedded. So look, I in Washington State at least, I did the knowledge to domestic partnerships. And tell me why you gotta be like 60 something, one person gotta be like 68, and the other person has to be at least 17. And I'm like, hold on. And I think you gotta be gay. Hold on, let me look this up. Let me look this up. Because it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. So hold on. Let's do this. Domestic. Whoop. Domestic partnerships. All right. Okay, so Seattle government, Seattle.gov, since 1994, who can register? Are both 18 years or older, are not married, are not related, have a relationship mutual. Okay. Oh, okay. Man, tell me why. I guess I was looking up the wrong shit. Hmm. That's funny. Well, I stand corrected, or at least hold on, at least in Seattle. But when I hold on, I didn't. The other times I didn't look in Seattle. I looked in Washington. So hold on, Washington State. All right, so Washington State. Oh damn! All right. Let's go to frequently asked questions. Yeah, because I was like early on. I was here we go. How will Washington State register domestic partnership change in 2014? We are over the age of 62, but still wish to have our the law does not convert state registering domestic partners if one of the partners is 62 or older. However, you can get a marriage license from your county. Who can register as domestic partner? Yes. So who can register as domestic partners after June 30th, 2014? You got to share a common residence. At least one partner must be 62 years of age or older. The other partner must be 18 or older. Yeah. Not be a sibling, grandchild, aunt, uncle, niece, or nephew to the other partner. Yeah. So in Washington State, not Seattle, Washington State, you got to be 62, and the other partner got to be at least 18. And so early on, when I was still trying to, because you know how people try to work it, like, oh, man, okay, I'm not going to get married, but we can register as a domestic partnership. So I can play, get my foot in both worlds. You feel me? And so yeah, whoa, yeah, that sounds like some white slavery stuff, yo. So when I first heard about domestic partnership, I was like, yeah, me and the queen can do that. And I looked it up, it said 62. Like the queen is almost there. But me, I'm far from 62. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, I threw shots at you. That's what you get for talking that mess. Um, so the journey of my life, are you gonna what do you think about my explanation of who the 5 percenters are? And yeah, so sound like some white slavery stuff. Yeah, it's so for me, I just left it alone. I didn't need to have one foot over here, one foot over there. Just like I don't need to change my name underneath the government. Now, if you're gonna do that, hey look, I ain't got no problems with you. You do your thing. You see, I don't have a slave name, so I don't, I got an honorable name, and I gave honor to that name, and so I'm not ashamed if I need to put that name on certain documents. I still use a portion of my righteous name when I sign documents with the state, when I do business with the state, when I do business, period. All right. So yeah. This actually might be a short one. Doesn't look like you know, this topic is really booming or popular. And so I might end this one early. Almighty True Divine said he's gonna come on, stuff like that. Knowledge born. What do you think? Oh, well, you already saw it. You already said it. I don't see the need for us to get married, especially if you have an earth. God, earth. Oh, ah, my ear. God and earth are already a union that laws actually cover. Yeah, I'm thirsty as mud. How long is the thing? Huh? A few hours. So what? It's going to end at like 8, 9. Yeah. You asked me how long I was going to be on here. Shit, how long you was going to be gone? You didn't tell me that. Yeah. So okay. Anybody want to hop on and build and tell, you know, and explain whether why they agree that the 5 percenters don't need to get married, or how they don't agree and why we do need to get married, or some of us need to. Tapping in on my on a late lunch break pace. Hey, God stop for the vine. It's you. Y'all know I am almost there at 500 subscribers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We've been doing great this last 2 weeks. I'm almost there. I am almost at 500. And it's taken forever because, well, one, I haven't really been consistent and stuff. Oh, should I go lighter or darker? That might be too light. And so, that, however, we on and popping right now. We on and popping. And so, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, especially subscribe. We need to get to that 500 so we could do more things. God Stop for the Vine was saying that I should do a have a membership option. Yeah, you can get that at like 500 though. So peaceful lost 5% in the chat. Tapping in on a late lunch break. Now it's born putting your business out there. Well, I got legally married before I had the knowledge of self. So me trying to make knowledge born to my wisdom that we probably should have never done that would be fruitile at this point. I mean, sure, you're already underneath the government. You know, but you only held responsible for what you know. Like for example, I met my queen before I had the knowledge. And however, she was the first one that consistently called me by my righteous name. Well, I mean, the gods did too, actually. She wasn't the first one. She was the first one that wasn't a 5%er that uh that wasn't a 5%er that consistently. And this is someone that may didn't know me as long as others, but like who else am I spending as much time with? And so sometimes when you meet someone before you get the knowledge, it's difficult for them to adjust. Prince Divine, peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the channel. Marriage falls under Yah's rules and regulations. You mean Yakub's? I think that might be a typo. Marriage falls under Yakub's rules and regulations. Peace. Okay, indeed. And so, no, I could agree with that. Um, Especially when you're dealing with monogamy. Look, I said this before, I say it again. Monogamy is the reason why a lot of these dudes actually got women. The reason why a lot of these dudes got children is because of monogamy. Because if polygamy was legal in America, there'd be a whole bunch of dudes without women. I'm gonna tell you that. A whole bunch of dudes that these women settled for. And there'll be a whole bunch of women that these dudes don't want because they settle for them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, man. Uh Now I was born to say, yeah, I started renewing my history while with my daughter's mother and shit was never the same. Yeah, God. And it won't be, you know? It won't be. It's a little, and it depends on some people's temperament. Because they be like, look, you wasn't like this before. Before you joined that cult, you was eating pork. Pork was okay for you then. Ooh. But now that you're with this cult, you don't eat pork. You don't answer to your name Jamal. You don't eat shrimp. You don't want to get married to me anymore. We've been together 7 years, and you still don't want to get married to me. It's either you shit or get off the toilet. That's old school right there. Now you're constantly calling me a 85 percenter. What's wrong with you, Jamal? Before you got the knowledge, you was married to a white woman, or you was with a white woman, and then you get the knowledge. What are you going to do? You going to get a divorce? You're not going to get a divorce. You're going to get this knowledge. Never bring her around. You're going to be super God around us, but you're going to be regular ass Jamal around them people. You and Chad are going to be talking about your polo shirts and shit. And why it's funny you gave that example. My wisdom called me by my righteous name when she thinks I'm in trouble. Ha! Other than that, I'm just daddy. She never called me my honorable name. Go figure. Daddy! Whoa! You know, look. Hey, hold on. Let me pan out of the shot. Got that pinky up, G. Pin is way strong. Daddy. Okay. I mean, Boy, I bet every time she say that, you feel like a new man. Yeah, I'm daddy. Yeah, take that, take that. When I was born, I have also recently realized that there's a such thing as being too old to be in Earth. Damn. What you talking about? Hold on. Hold on.
Whoa, cowboy, put a collar on that dog, man.
Hold on.
Whoa, cowboy, put a collar on that dog, man.
What you talking about? What you mean by that, G? I have also recently realized that there's a such thing as being too old to be in Earth. Damn! Why you always trying to be controversial? Always trying to be controversial. Mr. God Cipher Divine, she says. Oh, yeah, she about to get on your koofy. Teach that white woman for the next 35, 50 years on the knowledge of herself. Look, she got about 35 to 50 minutes. 35, 50 minutes. And look, some people hide their white women. Matter of fact, they don't even hide them. They just don't, they hide themselves. They don't even come amongst us. You know, I've met some people that say they God and they got a white woman, right? But none of the ones that I've met got the signs down. None of the ones I met got the signs down. And look, I haven't met everyone's woman. Maybe there's someone out there, maybe there's someone I build with that got a pasty ass white woman. Pasty. They got that Minnesota white woman. She know how to make cheese and everything. Maybe they got that. You going to right here? Why not? You're taking them with you? look, I ain't too busy for my child, but look, get something nice for yourself. There you go. There's $2. You got money to buy stuff? You said it's a picnic, right? Like, are they selling food or they're just giving food away? You ain't bringing nothing here. Huh? Uh-huh. And you when you head back home, you can give me something to eat. Huh? You said no. You gonna do that? Don't act like I don't be paying your pockets. Don't act like I don't. Look, they think I'm tricking on you. Yeah, T said white. Yeah, not I, not I. Knowledge born. The Earth is a young planet, not oh shit, son. Not old like Uranus and Neptune. Look,
Whoa, cowboy, put a collar on that dog, man.
you see, knowledge born. You're gonna have people just coming after you. Uh, King, peace to the gods and earths and all the civilized people in the chat. A divine king, it's for you. Look, y'all like my high tech setup? Yeah, look, I upgraded. I upgraded my camera, baby, and now I'm in there like swimwear, big baby. You feel me though? Or you want to give me something? Or do I need to take my money back? And you better not be giving nobody your number. Have to regulate. She's Dominican, so it was either that or papi. Hey, papi. Yeah. Yo, Muhammad might have 35, 50 years. I don't. You you got 35 minutes with me. And you better be happy with that. All right. That pasty white chick making cheese with the varicose veins and ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, that's nasty. But we are not anti-white. So y'all need to stop. Y'all stop. Stop being controversial. We're not we're not pro-black nor anti-white. We're pro-righteousness, anti-devilishment. We're also not pro-white and anti-black. So keep that in mind. Now let's be clear. When I say too old, I'm talking about too old to be trying to make her an earth, not just be an earth. No, don't try to backtrack now, player. Don't try to backtrack now. Look, now it's born. They booing you, G. They booing you. Look.
Ow! Ow!
No Diddy. And so they booing you, G. Don't try to backtrack now, man. They got you. They got you on the ropes, G. They got you on the ropes. I like this damn camera. I could do it sideways and everything here. Pause. Somebody bumping their music. And so, do the 5% get married? No. You see, some of y'all may not have been in here, but I was saying me and my queen have decided to get married in the mind. And someone told me, man, that's on some pimp shit. Married in the mind. I'm gonna tell someone that. I was like, look, man, I'm being serious though. I'm being serious. Me and the queen is married in the mind. Divine King, based off the question, are you saying that there are no 5%ers who are or have been married while already having the knowledge of themselves? Nah. I'm asking, do 5%ers get married? Now there's some scenarios where because I know some brothers that got married after having knowledge of self. You know, the one I'm thinking about right now, I wouldn't say he got it. He got it like that. Individuals get married. Of course, we're not getting married like a big ass block party getting married. You know, we're not doing orgies and shit. What do you mean by that? Individuals get married with their said partner. I would hope so. I will hope so. Divine King. So what you doing? I look, are you free? Because look, you didn't even come on the bill. Uh-oh.
Peace. Peace
Hey,
to all, peace to all human families of the planet Earth. In the name of Almighty True Divine Allah. Peace.
space. How you doing,
I,
G?
I'm all right. I seen the title of your show today.
You said what?
I seen the title of your show today.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
You're gonna turn a lot of heads with this one. You're gonna turn a lot of heads. But I can only give you what I got. Wow, yo, God, this is. But I can give you
Divine,
what I learned that the
divine.
father taught. And yo, God, yo, I've been down this road before, and this ain't no pretty road.
Divine King said, what I mean is that I think there are 5%ers who are married. Are they 5%ers?
God, it's a rough road.
Now, look. I'm not saying getting married disqualifies you. I'm not saying that. You know, I'm not Yakub, but I ain't going to disqualify people. They can only disqualify themselves, right? And so, uh, I would say is, are they really 5%ers? It's kind of like when people say there's 85 and 10 and a 5%, and if people just run with that stupid shit. Like there's no 85 and 10 in the 5%. They just not 5%ers.
Told you it's a rough road. You're gonna turn some heads with this one.
Oh, that's peace. God side for divine, all at Almighty True Divine Allah. Peace, Lord gave you full name, not the short version. Yeah.
What he said about my name?
He said the whole thing.
True Divine. Some people call me Almighty. Some people call me True Divine. Almighty
Yeah,
True Divine.
yeah. When people be like, Almighty True Divine, and you be like, Allah.
That's right. Almighty True Divine, Allah. Yes, sir. From what I learned, is you ain't supposed to have no more than 26 letters in your name. I got 22. Next.
Oh shit, son. Yeah, you gotta hold on. Oh, I'm out and about. If you still on when I get inside, I'll come on. Indeed. Shakanulu. Hey, it's been a minute. You came back? I think when most say married, they think through the state. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Did Allah teach his nation not to get married?
Yeah, rough road. You ready for this hard? You ready for this hard, heavy, rough ride?
Let's go.
He said no, because he was married to Dora. If I'm not mistaken, Dora was in the mosque, and she was not with the father. She was married to him, but she wasn't with it. She wasn't in his corner. Allah's most precious jewel was the father's earth, not Dora. I went to Dora's funeral right there on the DeKalb in Franklin, right across the street from LG Projects. And great mind was related to her. Rest in peace. And yeah, God, his father said that. From what I learned, the father said not to get married under the American government because, you know what I'm saying, why? You're going to tell the devil, well, first, where are you going to go? You going to church? You going to church and you got to pay somebody for that black woman to be yours? And then I do know some gods, they got babies by women that they stuck with until the baby is born. And he raises children, and he's there as a father figure, and a father figure, and it's a rough ride. It's a long, hard ride. And then, you're married, and they get married, and them women get babies by another man, and you ended up paying child support for somebody else's baby. I heard some horror stories with this. It's a rough ride. Rough ride. It ain't nothing nice. America don't treat people. America don't like black people. First of all.
Oh, she's loud.
Yeah, she's right next to me. I'm in a small place.
Sorry about that.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is that America don't care about the black man, and America will try to destroy the black man any possible way they possibly can. And when I say America, I'm saying America. I'm not saying Brooklyn. I'm not saying California, whatever name is San Bernardino or wherever. I'm talking about the whole entire America. Yo, the government will rock your knot. They will rob you, and you paying child support, and that woman is getting little or nothing, and they taking your damn money. And if you don't pay, they taking you to jail. You know what I'm saying? And it's it ain't nothing nice, God. It ain't nothing nice. Marriage, alimony, palimony, hellsamony, hair-amony, nails-amony, car-amony, house-amony, apartment-amony. Oh my goodness, God. This is crazy.
And so,
I've been taking notes. I don't have no children at Power Equality. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not happy about that. But that's the real world that I live in. You know what I'm saying? And I can't force myself on no man, no woman. You best clarify 100% heterosexual only.
Vagina money.
Yeah. Hey, God is. I mean, you pay to play. I'm plastic, man. I'm safe. I have safety first. Safety first.
So, peace, divine understanding, and peace, Almighty True Divine. Allah is for y'all.
There's God, like I said, Wise Prince, there's a lot of brothers and sisters that got married under the government. And, when that marriage is over, all hell about to break loose. All hell about to break loose. And the more money you got, oh man, they about to rob your ass legally. They're about to legally rob your ass. This shit is going, it'll be going downhill with no brakes. You're going downhill with no brakes. So some brothers say for that, just put her in your will. Just put your children in your will. You make yourself a will. You know what I'm saying? But I do know brothers and sisters that have gotten married, and it was like that was before they got knowledge of self, and some were after they got knowledge of self. And I got horror stories. I learn a lot of different horror stories from brothers and sisters. And it ain't nothing nice, God, when it comes to that marriage. And every damn thing costs. It costs, and everything is still going up, God. I don't know about other places, but New York and California is two of the most expensive places in America. And I'm noticing now that marijuana came into play legally in America, a lot of places that wasn't expensive are getting very expensive. They're trying to catch up to New York right now. And that ain't nothing nice, God. That's why a lot of people are leaving this country, Lord. But the money is here. But when it's time to pay them bills and pay car note and mortgage and oh my goodness, God, and food. They even said it in the TV show Good Times. You worried about this or that on your job, but Florence said in the TV show Good Times, which I look at that as being just hard times. You know what I'm saying? Good times, bad time, heaven and hell is on earth. So I'm looking at that as, you know what I'm saying, going through hard times. And shoot, God, I used to tell my old earth, Mother's Day is any day that I have extra money that I could give you. That's what I used to tell my old earth. Anytime I got extra money, any day that I have extra that I can share with you, that's Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? And what I was trying to say with all of that, what I learned about, my father taught that he caught hell with Dora. Dora was in the mosque, you know, and she wasn't, when he said he was Allah, she was not with him at all. She was not in his favor. That's why you hear Allah's most precious jewel was the father's earth. That's what I learned from all the years that I had knowledge of self since 1981. I wasn't there, but I was around brothers that the father taught. And the brothers that the father taught, that taught. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's I'm not here to knock a brother that get married, but it's a rough road. I think you're rolling the dice, because if that marriage go bad and you're making the money and she ain't, she coming to get that money. They're gonna give it to her. You know what I'm saying? But if she's working and you working and she didn't have it, you know, it's just terrible, God. America does not care about the black man. Period. No matter if his favorite color red, favorite color blue, black, or green, or purple, or green, or gray, or orange, or purple, or whatever the fuck your color is. You know what I'm saying? In New York, we wear all colors, God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our
colors, God.
It's a good tea. It's a good movie, though. It's a good movie.
Some chicks will move to Cali to have that baby just to give bigger child support. Yeah, don't sign that. Don't sign the birth certificate. Peace to the God, earth, and all.
I almost did that with a baby.
How you live in beloved, highest understanding to you and yours. Hey, yo, my big
I
brother,
almost.
This for you, God.
I hope that I made some understanding, understood with that cipher, because just because I don't have any children right now, biologically, don't mean I ain't been taking notes. You know what I'm saying? I have my black woman here today. She's gone tomorrow. Money come, money go. Women come, women go. You know what I'm like? You know, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the door's open. Just like knowledge yourself. The door is open. You're welcome to come in. You're welcome to leave, but you are not welcome to stand in the doorway. You have to come in or you have to leave. So with the marriage cipher in America, God, Americans ain't fair. Even the 85% told me that. Even the 10% told me that. They tell me it's an unfair world. And they do not care about the black man, whether he's the richest black man, whether he's the poorest black man. They do not care about the black man in this country. Even if you got a white woman, she's gonna, they love that shit, because if you got money and you marry a white woman, all that money going to her. So it's like, okay, you just waiting for your ass to die.
Or she waiting to divorce you. Has
Yeah.
anyone read the back of a birth certificate? Shaka Pimpology 102. Women come and go. Yeah. And look, this ain't no He-Man woman hater show, man. I don't know what y'all.
I'm not hating the black women. I love my black women now. Don't get it twisted. But I ain't got no children and I ain't got no wife. 2 tears in a bucket.
Yeah. And so are you so did you answer the question? Do 5%ers get married?
I'm giving you what I got. I told you, I gave you my answer on that. I've told you everything that I learned from the years of me being around. No. But brings rain, hailstorm, earthquakes. And it's definitely going to be rain, hailstorm, earthquakes. And this rough road that you just opened a can of worms. Brothers and sisters got married, young, old, near, far. And when that hell come, you stuck. You stuck. But
So
at
look,
the same token, I do know
there was
brothers and sisters that got married that are happy.
no doubt.
Despite you put a sword above your own head. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of God said, don't marry her. Just put her in your will. So if something happens, she gets what you want her to have.
So early on, and I was kind of alluding to this earlier, early on in my knowledge, having this knowledge, I decided that I was going to marry my queen and go on with the government. And so I was going back and forth with this idea of, okay, it said that Allah said this, but, but I love her and I want to show her, to prove to her that I'm down with her. And this is the same queen I got now. And honestly, when I had to look at it, I had to examine myself. It was really on some emotional shit. It was on some stuff that didn't move the needle regardless. Now you're gonna get some resistance because a lot of women grew up on Disney Channel, on the Disney fantasy world of getting married and having their beautiful wedding and all that shit. Like, so you're going to meet that resistance because you're dealing with something, a pin that was put in her head.
Yes. And also
as a child. And so yeah, like that, you're going to meet resistance with that.
hell, you call it resistance, I call it HE2 sticks. That's what my old Earth used to say.
Shit. Well, look, I'll go through hell with you, but I ain't staying.
Right. What was the words I was going to use?
Thanks, G1, this for you. Damn. Shit. What were you saying, G?
Where you gonna get married at? You could go to Africa and get married under tribal customs, but it won't be no pastor, no preacher, or no church. You know what I'm saying? You could go jump the broom, but that marriage over there wouldn't count for marriage over here. So if you want to bring someone into this country that you love from another country, some say the benefits helps. You know what I'm saying, with the family, and I'm like, that's just the whole thing is just a mess to me. It's just
Depends on
drama.
where you at in Africa, because
Uh,
Africa's been colonized, so there's
yeah,
Christians over there too, and
yeah,
so plenty of churches over there too, and synagogues, uh, all that stuff. Mr.
yeah.
G1 pays. What did God say about the prenuptial agreement? Uh,
Yeah, if you got money, you would want to protect your currency. At the same token, if you love your black woman, you're gonna give her the world anyway. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? When you love somebody and she loves you back, you gonna give her what first you give her what you need, and then you give her what she want. If you happy with her, or if you give her everything you got,
so
so she can't take anything actually because you got it.
it's not only about if you have a whole bunch of money, right? It's because like you could be a blue collar worker, you get divorced, and then she could get some of your retirement.
We live in an unfair world, God.
No, I mean it's not unfair. You should have did the knowledge. You should know.
Yeah.
Uh, who is it fair for? Who is the world fair for? And so it's
Mhm.
not like prenups are not only for like rich people that got millions of dollars. It's also to protect. Okay, if I'm understanding power, and me and the queen get married, I already built up some of my retirement fund plus investments that I got and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
And so it's a little different because we've been together um what, like 13 years almost. And
Mhm.
so, but if I were to leave her and then go with someone else I just met, and I married her, which is not right, um and then like she divorced me, she could have some of my retirement that she ain't put no money into. And that depends on which state you got or whatever, and some of my assets, and so like, yeah, nah. So prenup, uh I wouldn't need a prenup if I'm not getting married. Prenups get blown away like a fart in the wind, cause once children come, it's over. It's over. Yeah, it's over. You get children, shit, alimony and child support.
America,
That's
they lock your ass up and suspend your license.
Yeah.
You will be in a doghouse, meaning living in a shelter.
Can you still leave a will for your babies and queen without being married? Indeed. So earlier I was talking about what I did, right? Uh I I left. The queen is the beneficiary and the executive of the state for my stuff that I got going on, right? And so even if I return today, my children would still I would still have assets to give my children. And so someone needs to be able to, and I trust her. I trust the queen to do the right thing. And I know she's going to do the right thing because I told her, look, it you whatever happens, look, you get this money, you get these assets, hold on to it for the babies. When they get older, break it down like this, right? And so I don't have a will. I haven't written a will just yet, but the assets that I have, she's the beneficiary of it. And so let's say I return, and let's say I get, money, right? Let's say I got life insurance and I got like a $2 million life insurance on me, right? So then she would know to, okay, this is and this is what you do. All right, depending on when I return. All right, you pay for the house, you pay the house off, put some in a trust fund, or the money's going to be in a trust fund, and so you keep money on the side so that 'cause she's going to be grieving, and I'm the one that I she's a stay at home mom, so she's a homemaker, and so she doesn't work, and so usually when that happens, the man returns, and the woman now she's thrown into the workplace where she hasn't worked in a long time, and so
No,
whatever money that she
she
gets,
deserves. She's
yeah.
not working. She deserves everything that she can get, especially
Well,
from you
I'm not
after
gonna say
your
she deserves everything that she can get. I'm saying that because I got children, and so she don't
right,
deserve everything.
right. Your children
And
share
so
equally with your children is what I meant to say.
yeah, yeah. Well, first and foremost, uh, like I was saying, my assets when they get of age, they will get some of my assets. Right, it will get split because I got 5 children, and so it'll be
Mhm.
split with them. And so, okay, like let's say I got $2 million, pay off the house, so you don't got to worry about any bills. You ain't got to worry about none of that. A mortgage, rent, none of that. Now you're good. You have money to live on, and then also make sure you put a trust and have like a couple $100,000, and make sure that goes into a trust for the law school in Mecca. You see what I'm saying? And so that's how you can build out what you want, an executive of a state, build it out. Because when it's the executive of a state, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not, any of this is just the knowledge that I gained through research and all that stuff. And but you have an executive of a state. That means they're the executor of the things that you want. Just like, you have someone who's, what's the term for the medical? They're, uh, I forgot what it's kind of like the executive of a state, but a state means you're already dead. And so I forgot the term for the medical. Like if you're in the hospital and this person can say what they got control over it because you're incapacitated. And so yeah, long story short, you can still have a will for your babies and queen without being married. See, because these it's also a legal document, and it's basically saying this is the person that's the executive of the state. And in my experience dealing with the old foundation and the old earth returning, got experience with this, right? So okay, this is what I want. This is how I want it. All right. I'm going to be cremated. What you do with my ashes, and you spell that out. So that's a will. You can put all that, and it's also a legal document. But you're not going underneath the government. Matter of fact, you don't even got to do it through the government. You could just have a lawyer or anything like that. But yeah, all that can be done without being married. You don't need to do that. Shakanulu, sad part about those Disney movies, rom coms, soul love novels, they were written by men. Yeah, betraying us, huh? Yeah. Well, Danielle Steele is a prolific author, and I have to say she probably wrote a shit ton of you know, yeah. Yeah, Divine King, it's legal. I appreciate that. Why do you have to go anywhere? What do you mean, like return to the essence? You can still get caught up even without the contract. What do you mean by that? Like in my example, because and this is about doing the knowledge, right? You got to do the knowledge to who you spend your time with. Do the knowledge to your queen, right? And she got a knowledge God, and so like I said, I trust my queen to do the right thing. I know she's not going to run off with money and assets and everything I built for retirement, all that stuff. She's going to run off, and my family's not going to see my children. She's not that type of person, and so um yeah, things could go wrong without a contract. However, it's less likely. Yeah, you could still get hit with child support. However, like what is this? There's no contract that says I will take care of you even if we part ways and notarize. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, a prenuptial can include child support or child custody support arrangements that can supersede the family court system as long as the contracts are lawful. Yeah, Mr. G1. I don't know. I don't know. Because yeah. Because there'll be people that got prenuptial agreements, and after a while, the prenup is weak.
I heard the God said you can put her in your arm. First of all, we don't live in a land of make believe. Well, second of all, I heard the God say you go to City Hall, you still paying somebody to be with your woman, for you to be with your woman. Be with a man.
Or you talk about like going to court and get married?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't, I mean, not getting married under the church, not getting married at the at the court is still the same thing.
Or go to botanical gardens, you're gonna have to have somebody that's gonna have to marry you off. It's just America's messed up, God. You know, other country and if you get married, America doesn't recognize your marriage from another country. You have to come over here and get married again.
Oh, I
If
don't know.
if that's the route you're taking.
Is that
But if you
all
married, I don't know if all countries. I know in Africa, well, certain parts, certain Africans, I heard that. That's what I heard. That if you come over here, you're married over there, you're gonna still have to come over here and get married. If that's the route, if that's the route you're taking. Yeah. Some people say you rolling the dice, bro. You rolling the dice. You're gonna be with her for the rest of your life. That's gonna be the last woman you be with till death do you part. Okay.
is that what you would do? Let's say your queen from Africa is coming, and to keep her here, you have to get married. Are you going to do that?
I ain't come bringing her over here. I ain't got enough money to take care of me over here. I wish I could go. I could, if I had a job. I just remember when I first met you, how to make money online. If I could make money online, I'm leaving, and I'll see you on Fridays. I just got to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I thought you was going to make your own YouTube channel.
I'm kind of nervous about that.
Why is that? You're always on here?
Yeah. Yeah, I have fun. I have fun being on here with you on Fridays and sometimes Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do or how to do it.
There's YouTube videos. Just like you watch YouTube videos to, travel and look at other stuff and learn. You could also do it by learning how to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, so see, right now I'm on my cell phone. So I could do this whole thing with my cell phone just sitting down in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shoot, I have to pick a specific time, a specific day for brothers and sisters to catch up to me.
Well, you want to be consistent, and it just depends on what you're going to talk about.
I don't know what to talk about. You know what I'm saying? With the lessons, I don't think the guys want me to do that online.
Well, it's not about what they think; it's about you.
Yeah, I think we build our lessons online anyway. If you ask me,
Yeah. But what else would you talk about? You know, like you talk about your experience. You know
I can't talk about so much experience
how?
because I'm not active like I used to be, being that I'm on disability now.
Yeah, that's still more experience than a lot of people got.
Uh,
So Mr. G1, a will and trust are both lawful contracts. That is why knowing contract law, etc., when you move in private and outside of normal government advocacy lifestyle. Yeah, yeah. You don't gotta get married. They're both lawful contracts, stating that okay, and who's going to get your children? You know, let's say me and the queen return to the essence at the same time. Who's going to get our children? How are they going to get taken care of? This is stuff that we talk about. We got 5 children, so that's going to be a lot on one person. And so, would we break them up? My family's very close, so we see each other all the time. So it's not like my children won't be able to see each other, but then it'll be different than growing up together. And so that's the kind of discussions you have to have if you're dealing with uh I mean just relationships period. This is you need to have these kind of conversations anyway. See what's in your woman's mind and have her see what's in your mind. You know, if you saying that you predict and you write your future in advance, then a lot of things you should plan for. I'm not saying you got to plan for a meteorite and what you're going to do. However, like, you know, if there's somebody that relies on you, you should have a plan for them to be able to exist without you. I don't have that much trust. Yeah, you know, that's because you didn't build it. You didn't build it. And you know, I'm not saying everybody's like my queen, but you know, hey, look, and maybe maybe she runs off on the plug. Maybe she's just waiting for me to return so she can run off, count the Benjamins, and leave my children in a foster home while she flying around the world living her best life. Just maybe she's look, maybe she's waiting for me to her my Jerry, and then she gonna off me.
you
Maybe.
really got to get to know the people that let enter into your cipher, because the God's always told me that the people closest to you could be the ones that do the most damage to you.
Yeah. Shakanulu, you can just start. When you don't know what to talk about, that's the best time. Jules come out of rambling sometimes. Yeah. And don't act like we not gonna jump on there and be like, yeah, peace to the God, you know, hey man. Just like, you know, I didn't know what to do while I started my channel. And people think I started my channel because of Dark Him. Actually, this channel right here was originally an author channel because I'm an author, and so I did book I did like how to advice on books and stuff like that, and so I started my author channel like a year before this channel. a year or two or whatever. And so I started this channel as an author channel, and then I switched it over when I was like, yeah, you know, I'm a jump into it,
So
and I
what you
met a
do?
whole bunch of good people.
What you do? Go on Facebook and punch on live.
No, this is YouTube.
Go YouTube. So you could do the same thing. Go on YouTube and punch live.
Indeed. You have
And
to
then
have
also,
a certain amount of subscribers, but that's why like early on you can like record videos on your phone, record the video on your phone, and then upload it to YouTube. And then after a while you can start doing lives like this.
okay, I'm looking at the comments.
And just
Let's
like
take a look.
yeah. Peace, Divine, truthful love. Look, hey Divine, truth, Allah. Speak God. Yeah, and so you don't even need like a professional setup. Like mine's not even that professional, really. But you could just have your phone. A lot of phones are so high tech nowadays that people shoot movies on their phone. Peace, peace to God. Divine truthful love. Do 5%ers get married? So yeah, you can, you know, how I started, I started in the car. If anybody's seen, remember my first videos, I was actually going to physical therapy because I was injured. And so I was in the car heading to physical therapy, and I recorded videos and stuff, and then I posted it. And so just, you ain't got to know everything, G, just trial and error. And then just like I got people that came from Dark Cam's channel over here, I'm sure people over here will go to your channel. I'll go over there and see, you know, build with you and add on and all that
I
stuff.
gotta
Bring
pick a good time because everybody's not free. Everybody's not free at the right time. At the same
What you
time,
mean?
I mean, I know Wednesdays and Fridays are your days, so I don't want to clash with that.
Gee,
Yes,
there's nobody got days, G. You know, and people do hella shit. There's only 7 days.
right.
And so people do, you know, I get on at 4 o'clock, 4 to 4:30 on Fridays.
Hmm.
And so if you want to do Wednesdays, you want to do Fridays, just do earlier or later.
Yeah.
But first start off with videos. And you could do a video a day. You could do a couple of videos a day. Just
I
record
would.
yourself talking about the things that you want to talk about, upload it, and then bam. There you go. Now it's going to take a long time for you to see any money. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but I haven't been
So,
consistent. So
I
now
got my
Cypher,
phone in my hand. Got my phone in my hand, so I would be. I don't know. Me going outside, we practice walking with my walker. I don't think that's. I don't think that's a good video. Can you hear me?
how about you think of reasons why it would work instead of reasons why it won't? And then you'll be
Okay.
more successful. So tell me reasons why it would work. Oh shit, you got off. Now Cypher, but I can't tell someone what is best for themselves, God. No, I agree. Your time is your time. Yeah.
I was thinking of something. I heard about something called day trading. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know how to go about doing it, but I heard of some good money into day trading. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah, day trading is when you're trading stocks, and it's you're you're putting cash into it so that when it goes up or go down, you make money and then you sell it the same day. Or maybe you hold on for it, but it's not like investing, right? It's investing in stocks is you buy stocks and you hold it there for years, months, days, decades, or whatever. Day
Yeah.
trading is when you got to put a lot of money up front, and there's a risk that you'll lose it all.
Yeah, I heard of
So
something called cryptocurrency also.
yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but day trading is trading regular stocks, just trading stocks. Like you could trade penny stocks and stuff, and but to see any real money, you would need to put tens of thousands of dollars in it,
Damn.
unless you like you know, people hit off crypto. And it's really gambling, really, day
Uh,
trading. And so you gotta do a lot of research and all that stuff, unless you're gonna, there's no get rich quick schemes.
right. But when it's time to
That
pay that rent, you got to pay that rent or
yeah,
mortgage or whatever that is, maintenance or whatever you pay for your condo. You got to have that bank.
yeah. So, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. That's how people get scammed all the time.
Right.
So there's no get rich day trading. G, you gotta have a lot of capital up front. You gotta know what you're doing. And it's just really gambling. Like it's luck. I guess I did a little bit, nothing too major. Like when that Dogecoin was going off, I bought some. I forgot how much I bought, but I made $1,400 in 2 days. I sold it, and I got that 1,400, right? And then I went back into it because it was during the hype. I went back into it and lost a lot of money. And so I would just say, do the knowledge. Yeah, you speaking about marriage, and now we kind of went off the side road and all that.
The
Um,
reason I go with currency relating that, I think everything is relative because when it comes to marriage, I think that's called a business agreement. And when it comes to business and money make some people say money make that world go round.
yeah, like I said earlier, I'm sure a lot people weren't in here. When they say when you get married, two people come into one. That's just like a merger of a company, and so two companies merge into one, and then um, that's where you get companies like Random Penguin House. And so, and it's rare that in a merger it's 50-50.
Do you know anything about a thing called a trust fund?
Yeah, I was just building on the trust. What about it?
I got to learn more about that too.
Well, I'm not a financial expert, just to let people know. But yeah, you could just do the knowledge. A trust fund, it's you leaving money. You leaving money to where people can't touch it, in a sense.
Okay.
So yeah, let's say, like I said, if I had $2 million, I put in a trust fund. When my children get of age, the last one turns 18 or 21 or whatever, they all get a piece of that money, and I'll set up a trust. So let's say like a law school in Mecca gets like $200,000, but it has to be used for certain things, right? and it has to be accessed by certain people, right? And so a trust fund, you can set limitations or restrictions like that.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
say to myself, people come and go every day, Lord. You'll see them today and they're gone tomorrow, one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh boy.
and yeah, and so the science with the marriage, it's like, yeah, people tell you lies that you gotta get married to take care of your children or take care of your queen when you return or something happens to you, like a health savings account, a HSA. You can invest in that, or let's say you get hurt at work and stuff, and people rely on you. Then yeah, that's something different. You should have savings. Yeah,
Yeah. Saving money is not easy. Not easy. I play a little bit of lotto every time I get paid. I play the mega, I play the power, I play the lotto, I play whatever. You know what I'm
see,
saying? There's a couple
that's
of
why it's
dollars.
not. That's not. That's why it's not easy to save. You gambling.
Yeah, not much. It ain't much. I
Yeah,
could go
not
to
much
I
adds
could go
up,
to a
guys.
restaurant. I could go to a restaurant and spend $25 on nothing.
Yeah, every month instead of giving out money, if you would save the money, you'll have savings. How
Uh,
long have you been playing the lotto?
a couple of about a month, 2 months maybe.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I
And
got it on
so
my
where was
phone
your
now. Is in New York they got something called Jackpocket. I don't know if that's in other states, but in New York you can play lotto on your phone. You ain't gotta have all them damn papers, wasting all them damn trees. You could play lotto
Oh yeah, they
Jackpocket.
make it easier.
Yeah, you can
They
play
make it
lotto
easy.
on your phone. It'll come right out your account. Bam.
They make it easier.
You instead of forget it. If they get in contact
Satanulu.
with you, you won. If they don't get in contact with you, you didn't win. But goddamn, if I hit the lotto, I'm out the country. You're gonna have to come far to find me because I'm out.
Satanulu. You gotta either be old or Puerto Rican to win the lotto, G.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
old. I'm
look,
56.
yo, God, people spend their whole lives playing the lotto and never won.
I throw the dice. $25 ain't nothing.
It is. If you keep saving it, $25 could be something.
$25 a month?
Yeah,
Yeah, you could save that.
$300 a year, high yield savings account.
Mhm.
That'll grow.
As far as the lotto is concerned, or the mega mucks, or the Powerball, you got to be in it to win it. It only take one time. You hit it one time, and you set. You
God,
set for the rest of your life.
you got a better chance of getting hit by lightning twice than winning the lottery.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be in it.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm just
I
saying you're
could buy
wasting your
a,
money.
I could buy a bottle of Moet and spell it a lot less. A whole bottle. Go to the liquor store, buy the bottle of Moet for $100 and spend less.
And none of it is going to help you with your future.
Right. The
Yeah,
Moet
chasing the
Sean
dream.
Don.
That's also you know that's also that rat race they got people in. That's also
Welcome
that
to
thing.
New York.
They're trying to get well, not only New York,
Yeah.
all over the place, but people get so hopeless that the only thing they got is gambling, or they want something quick, and eventually you get you wait you chase something quick for all your life. You're left with nothing when you get older.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Live in an unfair world.
it's not unfair. You gotta make it how you want it.
Mm.
That's what I decided. Make it how I want it. Because I am Almighty, true and living God. We
Yes,
we write our history in advance. Shakanulu, I used to gamble, play the machines. I win big bank, then I chase the dream of wanting more because I was what gamblers call hot, and what the house calls a sucker. Look,
oh, I lived in Vegas, dog. I was all up and down. Oh,
those casinos are not huge because they giving money away.
uh,
The jackpot the jackpot doesn't get that high because they giving money away. No,
uh,
they keep getting money. I remember the jackpot, the Mega Millions or whatever that was like at $1 billion. This is like 2014 or something like that. And I was like, it was the first time I was ever like, okay, I'm gonna play because I could be the one that win like $1 billion. G, a billion. It was over $1 billion. I remember everybody and their mama wanted to play that. And I was at the 7-Eleven, and right when I went there, I was like, man, I'm not about to play that shit. And yeah, I remember hearing, okay, Mr. G1, I remember hearing at the end of Sesame Street and shows on PBS, public broadcasting, funded by So and So Foundation, etc. Yeah, and viewers like you. A private foundation is an independent legal entity set up for charitable purposes and funded by a family, a company, or a group of like-minded individuals. Yeah, like you can indeed. Like a nonprofit isn't hard to set up. It's not hard. And then you can go through the legal channels to be a 501c3 to where you can take donations. The word will is in the lessons too. Yeah. Uh Shakanulu, I used to go to the Banzanut Ban there's a bar. Banzanut Ban uh, Bonanza. I knew it was that. And I was like, Bonanza bar off of Bonanza and Lamb, right across the street from the Apprentice. Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
remember them streets in Vegas,
Wise Prince
Bonanza
funded
and
by
Lamb.
who?
I used
Where
to
you
go
can
to
go
the
that?
swimming pool. I used to go to the swimming pool in Las Vegas and Bonanza, the downtown, indoor swimming pool and the gym. I used to go right there, Bonanza and Las Vegas Boulevard, the indoor swimming pool. I remember that on my days off. I used to go there, jump in the swimming pool, and work out with the Mexicans. They can exercise, boy. You exercise with the Mexicans, you're gonna get your exercise on. They're gonna get you right. Yeah, I remember that. That was
He
like
said,
over 20 some years
Shaka
ago.
said, yeah, I know that swimming pool. True indeed. And
Mhm.
so, to bring it back to the topic, it's a myth that you have to get married to make sure everybody's okay. It's a myth.
I've seen a lot of marriages go downhill with no
Oh
brakes.
yeah,
Growing up
yo,
here,
why?
on top of that, I know women that collect wedding rings, especially in Medina. Oh my goodness, in Brooklyn. I know women that collect wedding rings.
He said, yo, wise. You said, I'm not playing that. Yeah, no, I'm not about to play that shit. They ain't going to take my hard-earned money. Look, hey, I I was born in Vegas. I was born in Vegas. I grew up there. Just a little bit. till I was 9, and then I came up here. And I remember when I was 21 and I could finally go into a casino. It was out here. I was playing blackjack and I was putting like 20s and like 100 down. And when I lost, like I'll win, but then I'll lose. And I'm like, I am not about to do this shit. I am not about to be a sucker. Look, if you look around at a pool table, right? Like you playing pool or poker, not pool, poker. If you look around, you playing poker, and you don't see the fool, you don't see the sucker, it's you. You the fool, you the sucker, you the one getting played.
I remember I was in Vegas. I used to go to the table, and there was something called a field. You throw the dice, and you got about 5 or 6 numbers or more that if you roll it, you win. You know, and it was like I never hit none of them numbers on the field. I'm like, what the hell? I won $60 though at Circus on the strip. I hit it for 60 on the slots. I ain't never win nothing in Atlantic City though. Nothing. I remember when I was younger, I used to rent the hotel. I used to rent the umbrella and a chair and catch a nice nap on the beach, roasting a nice breeze off the water. That was heaven. That was heaven, God. So, in the middle of summertime.
Divine Truth, question: what did Allah say about marriage? It is said that He said, "Don't get married underneath the government."
And it was more personal than that. He married Dora, and Dora wasn't in his corner. That's how the gods explained it to me. And she wasn't on his corner. And that marriage went downhill with no breaks. His earth was Allah's most precious jewel, and she was married to his mind.
So Shaka Nulu said, they sell the contract for the so-called benefits you get for having kids, taxes, being married, taxes, but really the state owns you and them kids. And honestly, like, it's I know we joking around, um, but still, like, when we talking about the illusion and delusion of like the Disney Channel rom com kind of thing, it's important to realize that our women are also being attacked mentally by that shit, by that image, where they're Cinderella or they're looking for someone to come save them, and they're
I
looking for a
remember.
man to come save them, and so
And then Dr.
huh?
Parsons, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue, Lord.
And so they're looking for someone to save them, and they're looking for this Prince Charming that they heard all about growing up, and they're hoping that I remember there was some sisters celebrating when what was that chick that you know the black chick got married to in the royal family or some shit. Like, oh yeah, that's Prince. He's a real Prince and all that shit. And so it's it's like a real attack on their psyche, and they grow up wanting to be that princess. They grow up wanting to find Prince Charming. They grow up wanting to find the storybook kind of love. Yeah, Meghan Merkel, some shit like that. And so they try to, you know, find that storybook love, and people don't live up to that. And so you gotta really marry the mind. If you're gonna marry in the mind,
Yeah.
your black woman, and make sure she's like you. Like I said earlier, I don't want any woman opposite of me. I don't want anyone around me that's opposite of me. I'm a righteous person. I don't want anyone unrighteous around me. It's not a stand-up person. Like, you don't gotta be a 5%er. You can be righteous. Do the right thing. Be stand up. Be just. Be forthcoming. And I know that's asking a lot from people, right? But you know, the more uncivilized and unrighteous you are, the further away you are from me.
Yeah.
Yo, these chicks have divorce part. Yeah, like, you know. So divine truth lot. So if that what was said and it's been shown improvement, he said that, what's the discrepancy? Well, you got to make
First
your
of
own
all,
choice.
I ain't got enough money to take care. God, I'm on disability, man. I'm getting a check a month. I ain't got no money to take care of no damn family. And everything goes up and it don't come down. It goes up and up and up and up. That means they squeezing you out and out and out and out. Even if you got a job, shoot, you need a job per person. So you got to get a job for you. You got to get another job for your woman. You got to get a job for the child. So you were already talking about 3 jobs. When the hell are you going to go to rest? When the hell are you going to go to rest? You talk about 3 jobs already. And working 7 days a week will drive your ass crazy because you ain't getting no break. You got to pace yourself. Like the tractor trailer world, that's 7 days a week. But you could only, they got a limit of how much time you could drive on that road. Because the truth of the matter is, whether you running the day shift or you running the night shift or you running all of it, sooner or later that road is going to rock you to sleep. Especially if you didn't get no rest or you couldn't get no rest. Or if you have a partner, he's driving, now you have to get rest on a moving vehicle. And some people getting rest on a moving vehicle is not easy.
Hold on, God. I'm gonna disconnect all this stuff because you know I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Testing 1, 2, 3. Anybody else out there? In the name of True Divine. Anybody else would like to get on? I'd like to speak to a face that I can see. Testing 1, 2, 3. Understanding cipher or be a born understanding. Understanding within the cipher is the black child. 5-pointed star. The cipher, universal flag. The proton within the nucleus. There's 2 sides to the circle. There's an inside and there's an outside. So you either input, you plugging in, output, you plugging out. Output, plug, output, put out. Input, put in. So either you inside looking out, which makes you the proton with the electron.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. If you're outside looking in, that makes you the electron. So understand the cipher, because there's many ciphers to understand. Being that the cipher is every person, every place, and everything. Whether it's a grain of sand. Peace. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Wise Prince? I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Hold on. I'll be back.
Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me out there? If you can hear me, say something or text something, I guess. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Understanding that in the cipher, God, and Earth, and babies, and people from all human families of the planet Earth. Understanding the cipher. Understanding the 5-pointed star. Arm, leg, arm, head. That's understanding within the cipher. 72 multiplied by 5, or be born to 360. That's a 5-pointed star. Black and gold. So, the cipher is every person, every place, and everything. See, I power her, then her power I see. Cipher's a circle consisting of 360 degrees of perfection. They're equal with black man, black woman, and black child. So you understanding the cipher of every person, every place, and everything. Shoot, it's all good. Black man God. Understanding the cipher. You know, can you hear me? Can you hear me out there? Are you there? See is understand. What do you understand? Do you understand that I don't pray 5 times a day to a rock? Because I'm more than a rock. I'm the mind, and this is the temple of the Father. And if I want to see the Father, all I have to do is look in the mirror. Do you understand that? Can you see where I'm coming from? Because see means to understand. Do you understand? Do you understand everything within? See, when you study yourself, you got knowledge of self. That means you study yourself. Do you know that you have organs in your physical composition? So if you study all the organs within your physical composition, you study in the science of yourself. How many bones is in a physical composition? You know what I'm saying? You studying yourself. You know what I'm saying? You the farmer. You understand that you the farmer,
Peace.
black man. Test it 1, 2, 3. Peace. You understand that you
shit.
the farmer, which is the father, and the farmer plant the seeds in the
Hold on,
soil
let me
of the earth.
see.
You know what I'm saying? 9 months later, a job well done.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't
that's
hear
the
now.
time. Can you hear me?
Go ahead,
Test it 1,
G.
2, 3.
I'm gonna fix some
Yeah,
stuff.
man. I'm just elaborating on that. God understand that the father is the farmer, and the soil is the earth, and the earth deal with reproduction. The black woman, which is symbolic, which is symbolic, being symbolizes the earth that we live on, because she reproduces. The father, which is the farmer, has the produce, and he plant the seed into the soil, and the soil 9 months later, job well done. You know what I'm saying? That's the science of the reproductive system, meaning she produced again, meaning second, again. So if you're dealing with again, you're dealing with a second manifestation, which is symbolic to the black woman, which is symbolic to wisdom. And wisdom is sweet from a river that never runs dry. It ain't that hard to figure out. Yes, indeed. Understanding the cipher. Understand. What cipher do you understand? You know what I'm saying? Understand the original man. Who is the original man? Original man is a black man. So the one how the dog was made. You understand what I'm saying? Understand it. Understand the Adam cipher. That's the science. You know. Better we going go to the population of the current people. Go to the total population of the origination here in the wilderness, North America, and all over the planet. Total population of the origination here in the wilderness, North America is 13 million, with 2 million aliens making a total of 19 million, and all over the
Peace.
planet. North America is 13 million, with 2 million aliens making it a total of 19 million, and all over the planet Earth, there are 4 billion, 400 million. God. So Dumont used to say, knowledge God build that wisdom. Knowledge God build that wisdom. Make his knowledge born, self-saving. But yeah, God, you here now. I'm tired of speaking, God. Maybe I speak too much, or maybe I'm redundant. Maybe I say the same thing over and over and over again. And some people just don't like to hear the same thing over and over again. So yeah, that's the son of God. But as far as marriage is concerned, you know, the bond between a bond, are you referring to a bond that's between knowledge and wisdom? Some brothers say they don't speak in favor of that. What you do is your business, but you gotta hold that with. And you're saying that you're gonna stay with that black woman for the rest of your life, and you're gonna be happily ever after. Oh boy, I hope so. Hope so, because marriages don't go end good. They do not end good. They don't. From what I hear. That's the science, God and earth, and babies, and all human families on the planet Earth. Understanding the cipher. Understanding the cipher. Understanding the cipher. Understanding the cipher.
Yeah, I still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I know when I let everything when I unplugged everything, that's where the issue came from. So yeah, but I was tired of sitting right there. Shit.
Is there anything else that I should do
Yeah,
when
I
I'm
can't hear
building in
you.
your cipher? Say or do when I'm building in your cipher to spice up the cipher more? Should I do something else? Should I do something more? Could I make it more better to make myself understood? Yeah. What could I do to make it better? To help brothers and sisters learn. Because it's to get get a point across. I don't pray 5 times a day to no rock, because I am more than a rock. I am the mind, and this is the temple of the Father. If I want to see the Father, all I have to do is look in the mirror. I am the Son of Man, and you cannot deny me. I am one with my Father. I'm the Son of Man, and I'm the one with my Father. I am one with my Father. Yeah. Test 1, 2, 3. Are you with me? Can you hear me, Wise Prince? Are you out there? There's a red alert. Red alert. Can anybody hear me? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Peace. Test 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Peace, peace.
Now I can hear you. Yeah, Shaka, you're right. Because I was worried that if I left the studio that it would turn off. And since it didn't, we back in the building. You heard? So what were you saying? So Shaka Nulu said that's why I was saying I don't have much that much trust because mine's changed through time. I'm speaking for me. Yeah, I got you. And minds do change. That's why you elevate together. That's why you have a discussion and you keep having discussions. This isn't something that I just talked to the queen once and then that's it. You know, it's about wanting to be together. That's what it's about. I can hear you. Peace. I can hear you.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Wise, jump off, blah, blah, blah. I don't know StreamYard too well. You done, God?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, God. I'm just doing the knowledge.
Look like you dozing off.
No, I'm with you, God. I'm sitting in the chair. I'm trying not to get in the bed. My battery is getting low, though.
Oh, it's all good, G. We'll build later.
I could build with you, but if I get in the bed, then I could charge my phone and still build with you. But I don't think getting in the bed is a good idea.
I
Well,
don't
we
know.
don't, because I'll be sitting in the bed.
G, you done it before.
That's not a good look, though, technically speaking.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
Shit, I was just sitting in the bed. I had my whole setup right there and stuff. That's why I had to get up. Shit, my hips was killing me.
Yeah. Yeah, sitting in this chair after a while, I don't like it. I don't like sitting in the chair.
And so, does anyone else got anything to say? Because we could end it if that's it.
It'll be nice for y'all brothers and sisters to get on and just say, "Peace. My name is such and such. I'm texting you from wherever. Just let me know your name. Let me know where you from. Let me know if my mathematics bore you or you enjoy my mathematics. Hey, freedom of speech. You like it or you don't like it. If you don't like it, then I'll find a way to make you. I'll find a way, or maybe you can like it, or something of that nature, or pick it up. They take it to another level. I don't know, but communication is always the key. That's the science of understanding each other, and I think that in the world that we live in, we got to grow to learn and understand and grow with each other, and not want to destroy each other's lives. That shit is just downhill backwards without no righteous cause, and find a better way to use our energy. We know better. We're supposed to do better. So you build on the understanding of the cipher. You understand the cipher so much, you build it on an understanding. The mind will come from the mind, return to the mind. So let's deal with it on the matter. The matter is manifested from the mind. So what matters is that we build on the mind. And mind, all minds is one. We put it together. We form Voltron. We become stronger. We become stronger as a people to learn and grow from each other. That's the point. I think that's the point. You know better, you do better. We come together. That's how you see Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. Supreme being black man from Asia. Jack of all trades. Mastermind of all sciences. Lord of all the sciences in the universe. The black man being the most merciful and the most beneficent. The master of this day in judgment. You know what I'm saying? Allah being supreme. Black man from Asia. You know, things of that nature.
I would say that once you know better, you have a choice to do better because you know it doesn't mean you do it.
True that.
And everything else, I agree. Black man. And so we dealing with understanding at a cipher, we see clearly about the things that's amongst us, around us, and within us. And this is just one aspect of that conversation is, as I was saying earlier, you got to understand who you're with. Like, let's say you got a queen, and for the sisters, you got a king, you got to understand who you're with. Understanding is to see things for what they are, not what they appear to be. And so you got to see, dig deep, right? Understand. You digging under that which they are standing on. So that means you got to get in those roots. You got to get in those roots and see, a tree. The roots of a tree could be larger than, are more extensive than the branches that we see. And so we got to see what the person stands under. Do they stand under righteousness, justice? Do they have the knowledge of themselves? Do they have Do they think logically or are they operating emotionally? And Shakanulu said, keep your head on a swivel. That's understanding cipher. You got to be aware of what's around you. Seeing what's around you and, seeing what's around you, who's around you, and what's within you. That's how I see today's Supreme Mathematics dealing with the topic that we've been building on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Is really, you just gotta be, you gotta see, you gotta understand, right? Like my queen, I had to dig under all the stuff that, and we both had to do it for ourselves. We had to dig under all the stuff that we was told, and be like, is this real? Like, is this really what I want? You know what I mean? And not on some not just like on some marriage shit, but like, okay, we have 5 children. I told her from the get-go I wanted 5. She always told, before she met me, she told people she wasn't going to have any kids. Guess who won that? Me. And it's not because I, forced her, or I locked her up and she's in my basement and shit. It's because I showed and proved. I showed and proved. I showed and proved to the queen, right, that one, she can master herself, and that's how she could really understand the ciphers that she deals with. She got to master herself, really understand, right? Master herself. That way she could be the queen. She can understand the cipher.
No longer standing under the trickery and the deception of the devil's so-called civilization, too. No longer standing under the trickery and the deception of this devil's so-called civilization, but the devil put traps out here for all of us, and ain't none of us exempt. None of us.
And that's why you got to have, that's why you got to know the tricks of the trade.
Yes, it did.
That's how you understand your cipher.
We all want to be happy. I'm pretty sure none of us want to cry. You know what I'm saying? Because the real world that we live in a real world, God. You know what I'm saying? And we so busy doing tribal nonsense against each other. The devil like when black is divided and colonized and conquered. But when black is united, the devil don't like that. So our purpose ain't here to build on a devil cipher. Our purpose here is to build on good orderly direction, godly ciphers, which is righteousness, because there's a thin line between good and evil, God and devil.
So when you said that you don't think nobody wants to cry, I think a lot of people, there's a meme where this white guy is riding a bike. It's like a cartoon, it's a meme. And then he has a stick in his hand and he puts the stick in the wheel and then he falls. His own wheel, he gets the stick, he's riding a bike, he puts the stick in his own wheel and then he blames other people. And so I think when you're dealing with the masses, that the masses are looking for someone else to blame, how their life turned out. You see, and sure, there's certain things that's out of your control, but I use. Well, they don't have the knowledge of themselves, but even when you're looking logically, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna stop eating that. I'm gonna start eating that. Um, I'm not going to go down that alley, right? You know, I'm going to wake up an hour earlier to do what I need to do. I'm gonna go to rest an hour earlier so I can do what I need to do. I'm gonna be more active. I'm gonna think clear. I'm gonna fast. You see, and so there's certain things that you could do logically that puts you ahead of the other people that's still in the rat race. That and like you're saying, the devil puts tricks and traps out there. But I ain't getting caught up in that shit because I got knowledge of myself. You're not fooling me.
Ignorance is our worst enemy, God.
Huh?
Ignorance is our worst enemy. You got to understand why the Father said, we are not anti-white nor pro-black. We are anti-establishment and pro-righteousness. And then universal justice says, a good man who has done evil can never be compared to an evil man who has done good. And I'm looking at build or destroy, swim or sink, intelligence builds a future, or ignorance destroys a future. God mean good and devil mean evil. So there's a thin line between good and evil within every man. You know, and we got to find the greater good if we're pushing towards the greatness of ourselves to the best of our ability. That's the conclusion that I come to understanding the cipher about ourself, Lord and Master, myself.
Shaka News said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and yeah, so there's traps and all that stuff. A lot of the traps are easily detected. You know, some of these traps are made by amateurs, but then that could make you have a false sense of confidence, and then you get, you know, you step on the wrong place and you fall in a ditch or a hole.
That's why I said we live in a double so-called civilization.
Yeah, you said the devil has traps out here for all of us.
Yeah, so-called civilization. He done got the meaning of civil. The devil ain't got no love. How could the devil love? The devil can't love. God is love. The devil can't give you what he ain't got. I don't expect nothing from a devil but devilishment. But a civilized person, I expect civilization from a civilized person to be civilized to the best of their ability. That's it.
So indeed, and so what some of the traps that you see that's out there that you personally might fall for?
You know we're gonna go with drugs and alcohol. We're gonna go with drinking and drugging is one. Swine, scavengers, illiteracy, lack of jobs, or lack of knowledge to learn how to make your own job. Lack of learning your lessons so you can teach yourself. You'll learn from yourself, which we are all one self. For you teach your woman and teach your children, because they said it takes a village to raise a child. So we all on one page, we on the same page in different manifestations. We grow to show and prove different dimensions of who we say we are. And we deal with growth and development through building from A to Z. Geometry, everything that we could, physics, biology, chemistry, everything that we could add on to the cipher to make, because the 6 million square miles, the 23 million square miles, the original man utilizes his 23 million square miles. The devil takes advantage of the 6 million square miles. Why? Because the objective of God is to build the earth. The objective of the devil is to take advantage or destroy the earth. So one uses it and the other one uses it. So you got to manifest the science of where it goes because it's a thin line between good and evil. And that's simple mathematics. But it could be dealt with on so many different dimensions of understanding.
So when you say there's a good line, there's a thin line between good and evil. What do you mean by that?
You could be a good man who has done evil can never be compared to an evil man who has done good.
So then, where's the thin line? It's
The thin line is we could be doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, or we could be doing the wrong things for the so-called right reasons.
okay. I see that.
And I learned that the hard way. I got tired of getting my head bust open on them streets. But my objective was to get that money. But once I learned how to add on to what I could get my hands on was a CDL license. Then I started changing my way of how to make a dollar. So I made changes within my life. And trust me, my life, my educational life isn't all that good compared to brothers and sisters that graduated to become lawyers and attorneys and doctors and etc. to make big bank. You know, some people say big bank take little bank. I like that. You know, but you're just putting positive universal builder.
CDL drivers make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the point. But it ain't no easy road on that road. Ain't no easy road. You could sit on that. The more you sit down, you chasing that dollar. You could also be. Some people got to be active in their everyday life, or else they're going to gain weight and keep on gaining weight and keep on gaining weight, and that's not good for the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the joints, the blood pressure, etc. Liver,
So the
etc.
answer is to be active.
Right. Right.
You can still do all that and still be active. So there's
Yeah.
It's just like it's not easy CDL. It's not easy being a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know,
Not easy being a truck driver neither, because if you got a partner, you have to be the one be able to get rest on a moving vehicle. And everybody's not gonna get no good rest on a moving vehicle.
Okay. Did you have partners?
Sometimes, yes, I did.
Okay. And so, yeah, it's kind of like,
But that's another thing. That's hard. When you have a partner, that's hard to be active. Remember, after you're driving, boom, you go on the rest. You're up for a little bit, you go on the rest. He's driving. When you wake up, if you wake up and get your rest, now you're driving. Well, it's going to be hard. The wheels don't move. You ain't making no bank. You ain't making no bank. It's not easy. For some it's very easy. I can only build on my experiences to share with you.
yeah. So, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So there's like a quote that succeeding is hard and struggling is hard.
You know
So
this.
choose your heart.
You know your physical composition. You're wise prince of law, but you have different organs in your physical composition, but they all work as one to be wise prince of law. In other words, if you're going to deal with CDL, you have to deal with some type of law and order. You have to deal with law and order within yourself. You have to have law and order outside of yourself because it has to be safety first in more than one way. Ways more than one.
Yeah, that sounds like that's something that I can control. That's not something that's external. That's something internal. And so I can control that.
You also have to have law and order outside of the vehicle, because if people do what they want to do, you know, I mean, you're doing what you're supposed to do, but at the same token, it has to be law and order outside, inside as well as outside, because the outside is what protects the inside. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? There's a purpose for law enforcement that doesn't there's a purpose for law enforcement that doesn't abuse their power. Everybody that don't wear a color ain't trying to kill the police, because you need some type of law enforcement. You want to go to a country that ain't got no law enforcement? You have to see it to believe it, God. The civil war in Africa ain't pretty, God. There ain't no law. Law.
Let's go back right quick, because I don't think you answered my question when I was like, give me a reason why your YouTube channel would work. Did you answer that?
I might not be consistent with my times.
No, I said why it would work, G. Not reasons why it wouldn't. Why it would work.
What?
Because it's easy to tell me. It's easy to tell me stuff like, "Oh, this won't work because of this. This won't work because of that." Tell me why it would work. Because you've been asking me about the YouTube for years. Well, maybe a year or two. Well, maybe 2 years, I think, depending on how long you've been on here. So tell me how your YouTube channel, how it would be successful. You tell me.
I don't know. I never did it. I never did it, God.
You never did it, but you could still tell me how it won't be successful. So tell me how it will. Share some of equality, G. Give me some happy.
How it would work? We come together. Whatever cipher we deal with.
Nah, God, you. How would you make it successful? You.
I would invite people to come, but they would want to willingly come on the cipher.
Okay, so what kind of topics would you talk about that would be successful?
I would start with our lessons, but wouldn't that be me casting my jewels to swine? Because I'm speaking to anybody and everybody, anything and everything out there.
You've been talking on this channel for years. Yeah, Now I Was Born. We still at it. Yeah, so you've been talking for years on this channel. So what's the difference?
Is that good or bad?
I'm just saying, you said you cast your jewels. You could be doing it here.
Okay. All right. How would it work? How would it work? I get the magnet to attract. That's how it would work. Everybody in the nation get on my video and we build it on science and bombing every damn body. That's how it would work.
Another way is
teaching people across the land, across the world.
You can also
in the country and out the country. You know, we got two more regions now. We got region 10, which is Central America, and we got region 11, which is region South America. I'm striving to make a region 12 in West Africa, to tell you the honest truth.
Okay.
I'm really striving to do that. I got to go over there and see what
Yeah,
I can build on.
that's
But
what I
if
was
it's
saying.
safe,
Yeah.
if it's safe.
Also, another way you can be successful is that you could talk about Africa and giving the knowledge over there and all that stuff.
I've never been there. That's kind of hard to speak on it.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to do that. But I could tell you what I'm looking at on YouTube, because YouTube is my cell phone and my TV on YouTube is my new crystal ball. I can look all over the world and see some stuff on YouTube around the world. I was even looking at Cuba, beautiful Cuba. Cuba. I told you when my old dad was alive with the Panamanian passport, they never had a problem going to Cuba. Never.
Shakanuku, you can't go live yet, so you have to do just do audio and video uploads. Just trying to do it a few times to get comfortable. Yeah, like y'all ever seen that 10 steps to be popular? I had that video planned even before I made this channel. That's why it's one of the first videos that I had, and it's like my most viewed video because if he shared it, and it's like 17 20,000 views and stuff like that. And so but I need to redo that one because I didn't have I wasn't comfortable speaking in front of a camera. And so now that I am, it'll have a different feel. And so, but yeah, you gotta record on your phone. You know, if you're on your phone all the time, you might as well do something and produce some videos and potentially get paid from it.
Uh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, Shakanulu. Speaking on other people's panels and doing your own thing is different. Yeah, yeah, because I hop on Dark Kim stuff and it'd be all cool and then I could hop out and it's not on me and shit. And so, and then he does the same thing, but he says shit and it's controversial. I was like, is it easier to say stuff on my channel and then, cause he get all controversial when he come over here, and then he could dip out and shit. And I asked him, he was like, yeah, yeah, it's like that. And so,
I got
yeah.
somebody to speak to when I see your face. But if I could, my video, my show, nobody don't show their face. I got. I'm like, oh man, and then everybody working at a different time. Everybody's not free at the same time. Some
God,
people on the different side of the world.
not everybody's free when I'm doing mine.
Okay.
Remember, think of ways of why it will succeed, not ways of why it won't succeed.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see.
That's how you really understand the cipher, God. So you can born that back out, man. Come on now.
Yeah. Do you think I'll be blowing up your show?
Blowing up. What?
Yeah.
Why you change the subject? We talking about you doing your own show.
I don't know. I think it'll be. I think I might have one.
Yeah. You can't worry
one
about
little
the live
person.
streaming part yet anyway, G. Yeah, just
Yeah.
focus on look, just like I did a video yesterday talking about I did 1 minute talk about how I see today's mathematics and it got like 500 views.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Nice.
And so it's a short video, so a lot more people like to watch short videos because you can just, and so and I'm gonna do one today, but that's you don't have to do it for hours. You could just do it like 3 minutes, fine. Be like, peace. My name is Almighty True Divine Allah, and today's how I see today's mathematics being understanding at a cipher. Blase, 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 blase. Peace. You turn off the camera, then you go to YouTube, push the little cross button to upload, and then bam, you got a video. And you just keep doing that. You gotta be consistent.
Right. That's peace. Yeah.
Hey, knowledge born. The main difference between winning and losing is the questions we ask ourselves. And so hold on. I want to share something. Hold on, I'm gonna share something. And I want to get you guys' feedback on this.
I got a laptop. It's just sitting there collecting dust, but I don't know how to really use it. Like how you be showing us like different skits on the laptop. I never did that before. Like showing
Remember, you said YouTube. You learn a lot on YouTube. Just look on YouTube how to do stuff. There you go, G.
Yeah.
You got the answer.
Yeah.
Just use the YouTube instead of watching videos of like Africa, all that stuff. Just watch videos of how to do stuff, and then you'll be successful. But first,
like ask brothers and sisters day trading if they could explain to me day trading and its cryptocurrency and things of that nature.
God,
I would like to learn all that. Yeah.
One thing at a time. You don't got the funds to day trade like that. You don't got the money to risk it. All right, so hold on. So I'm going to share, and I want to get y'all. Have you seen True Self's channel? Nah, True Self got a channel. Which one, Smell Goods or True Self from Mecca Mass? So hold on, I'm gonna present, and I want to get y'all feedback. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what you think. Can y'all see this?
I don't see nothing but you. Okay, it's on popping up now. Basketball, unguardable. It's too small. I should put it on my TV.
Yeah, look at it on the TV.
Pull it up.
Are you seeing it?
I'm looking. Wise Prince of Law will do 5%. Get married. Okay.
See it?
Yeah, I'm turning it down right now. Wise Prince of Law. See it. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. See?
Well, I can't see because this is up. What do you think about it?
I'm looking at unguardable Kendall Watson Jr. Unguardable.
Lindell Watson Jr.
Oh, excuse me, Lendell Watson. I got to get closer to the TV. Yeah. Shaka Noodle said, have you seen True Self's channel? Prince Reese, Unguardable. Oh, you did that?
Yeah, this is my book.
Oh, okay. That's peace. That's positive. Yeah, I think I would do it earlier because
that's a book cover.
That's peace.
That's a book that's going to drop next month.
All right.
Is that a book cover? Indeed, G.
You into the basketball, Lord?
You said, am I into it?
Yeah.
I wrote a character who was.
Oh, okay.
So hold on. We're going to share this again.
Knowledge Born said, is that a book cover?
Yeah.
Oh.
Already
See, I
went.
don't know how to do that. Well, I got a laptop, but I don't know how to do that. Everything that you're doing right there?
G, you already do it on your phone. You're talking about
Okay.
screen sharing?
Yeah, looking at different stuff.
Yeah,
I
God,
never,
that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. Just start you. You don't gotta be a pro. No, I
I
don't
see
think
Stinaz, I see Dark Kim, I see Life.
true self Allah.
True self.
Hold on. What does it say?
Empty your mind.
Looks fire.
Sad.
True self peace. Oh, true self peace Allah. Okay. Peace. Hold on, what? Who the hell is this? This. Y'all said this who y'all talk about?
True self, peace, Allah. I don't know. I know a lot of true selves, so I can't call it, God.
Hold on. Shaka Nulu. Are you talking about that person? Appreciate that, God. Yeah, it's about to drop next month. I'm gonna definitely have to have the young gods cop that shit. I'll send that to you. Is that who you talk about? The reason I said that channel because it's an example of how Almighty could start. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought when you said true self, I thought you was talking about our true self, like, smell goods, our true self from Mecca Mass. No, okay, indeed. So hold on. Let's it's still sharing. Okay, so let's go back. And yeah, look, it's been a minute since he did a video. It's been 3 years. But yeah, hold on, like looking like this. What's this? We got 355 views.
Okay, I see a Shakanulu. The reason I said that channel because it's an example
Peace.
of
That's you did good.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, so most people on YouTube started out in their car to just chilling in the house. Yeah, like, I started in my car. It's easy, G.
Every once in a while, I rent a car. I go to the Toro app and do a little 3-day parking lot pimping somewhere out of town.
Not what we talk about. We talk about just shooting videos, random places. You can just shoot a video right now while you're doing that right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since anybody got any questions, any add-ons, anything else, I'm about to shut it down.
Let's see people's thoughts. I be reading there. I was writing. Most people on YouTube started in their cars or just chilling in the house. Yeah. I don't know if that's a safe thing that I want to be shooting a video right in front of my foundation, so where people know where I live that I don't know, or like me or don't like me. I don't know if that's a good idea.
God, once again, you coming up with reasons why it won't work.
Yeah.
You see how that come like that? It's real easy. It's real easy. Yeah, the question got answered like 4 or 5 different kind of ways. I answered, do the 5% get married? No. However, the caveat is that you got to make that decision on your own, and you got to show and prove how that's right and exact.
I know so many people that did get married that's not even in our nation that's divorced. And I'm talking about a lot of 85% and 10%. I know so many people that got divorced. I'm like, man, that shit might not be too much.
Niles Bourne say doubt is how the devil gets in. Well, you also got to understand, not a lot of us learn how to be in relationships.
Yeah, no. Yeah, some of the relationships go downhill with no break.
Almighty, where did you learn how to treat a woman and how to get a woman? Where'd you learn that from?
Being around the gods and just doing the knowledge. Just let nature take its course.
Then that doesn't have anything to do with this topic, Almighty.
You asked me a question about where did I learn how to
I think he's talked about something before that.
Anything to do.
But like when we say do videos, we're not saying put the address in the video. Like you can do it right there where you're sitting.
I'm sitting in my bed.
Yeah, nobody would know where you live. Nobody would know where you're at.
Right. I could probably do that there. Shoot.
Positive energy always creates elevation. You'll be all right, Almighty. Yeah, it's as far as doable, I would say YouTube videos is more doable than day trading. Is where you want to get the capital from.
To save capital and invest it. See if you could righteously flip it without getting yourself into no trouble.
You're gonna be in
but
debt?
it has to be well worth it. Because if I'm gonna as for me, I'm on the situation that if I make too much money, I could lose my place of residence. I make too much money, but not enough to take care of myself. Then I did take 10 steps back. I did the worst.
That's how they hook you.
Yeah.
That's how they hook you. I was going to say when you said earlier when you was talking about how people can't afford this and that, like you're not a tree. They're not a tree. You can always move somewhere else that's cheaper.
Yeah.
You see, like Hawaii is the most expensive place in America to live.
I
And
thought it was
so,
Manhattan.
nah. Well, certain places in Hawaii, I think Honolulu and stuff like that. And so you got to make about like $200,000 to live comfortably over there.
I'm calling
Because,
that throwing the towel in.
because it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's not a part of the continental USA, so stuff got to be shipped over there and flown over there and stuff like that. And so things are going to be more expensive, and so and there's only so much people and land that you can have in Hawaii, even though a part of it's an active volcano and then it's expanding. But yeah, so yeah, we aren't trees. So if it's too expensive in Seattle, New York, Hawaii, California, a lot of people leave.
Yeah. Eventually, that's what they did. That's what they're trying. That's what they're trying to do. Trying to
Or not,
squeeze us out of everywhere.
not as born, or just find a way to make more money. Yeah, and don't worry about if you make too much, then you'll lose everything. So then that leads you to be comfortable in the position you are now, into where you got to get a get rich quick scheme, or you got to make a whole bunch. Important is their key. Yeah, yeah, because uh, that it's expensive.
I think
And
that
so
I'll be making videos of me going to the gym. I think
sure,
that's what I'll do. Videos going to the gym. Hey, get a load of fat on. You gotta break it down. But you could always visit these expensive places if you save up some bank. You save up for your hotel, save up for your flight, save up for your fuel, your food and transportation money, and enjoy the moment, and then bring yourself back home.
or just find a way to make more money. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize it was $9 a grain of 140. Yeah,
Sure
will you
did.
sit up? Will you sit up at home and wait for that Mr. God to bring you food?
No, not at all.
Yeah, and so can't sit up at home. You gotta make it happen, Captain.
Yeah,
Make it happen.
yeah.
Shit, I was there a few times in the Navy. If I wasn't at the PX, it was going to be expensive outside the PX. Yeah, yeah, and so that's why a whole bunch of people are moving from California because it's too crazy and expensive. And plus, California and their laws and shit. And people leaving New York. It's expensive. It's crowded, and people are leaving. And so you see a big shift. Like it's the reverse of the Great Migrations in the 1920s and 1960s and shit like that. And
Yeah.
so people are leaving and going back to the South.
South is boring. I've been where I was at. It was too
When I was,
dangerous and too boring.
when I was born, God of the universe going to make and own His own.
Right.
Yeah, too boring. What kind of activities? What kind of excitement do you do out now? Why? What's something that you do that's exciting? Move to Bremerton. Yeah. What's some of the exciting stuff that you do in now? Why?
I don't do too much excitement anymore. I'm a homebody now.
Oh. Okay. Well, you know. Yeah, it's too slow down there.
No, I'm too slow. I'm too slow. I gotta speed it. You know, the accidents just take a toll on my physical, so I'm not as fast as I used to be. But I am
Well,
out the wheelchair.
I
I'm out the
mean,
wheelchair.
I'm
So,
talking about down south.
down south,
Is it too slow for you?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I just, I just couldn't. I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. Well, my own condition wasn't right. I didn't have my own car, but then when I got my own car, I left anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it's all right when you have a car, but you still gotta have money. You still gotta have money to have a car, and a place to live, things of that nature. I mean, your health is your wealth. Simple. Once you once you get back into shape, things are more easier for you. But once you're out of shape and you're in a little pain here and there, things are a lot harder.
All that above is caused by the Son of Man. Knowledge born, how we understand the cipher is shown and proven through the way we live.
Yeah.
Shakanulu, I can never live in the South. Yeah, I mean, I can't. I've never even been to the South. Like the only place I've been was like Fort Lauderdale to get on a cruise ship, and I stopped. Like my plane landed in Dallas before I went to Mexico City, and so I didn't. I've never been to the South, and so I don't know, man. Look, I was looking up last night. ChatGPT, what's the cheapest land to buy in acres, right? And so they were saying New Mexico is some, Maine has some, a whole bunch of rural places. Like I'm talking about, you could get acres for like 500 out or $500. You can get
Yeah.
acres. Yeah, yeah. There's certain places in America that nobody like. You could buy a good amount of land
They're
for
gonna
cheap.
try to. They're gonna try to jerk you around. Probably send you to the Indian reservation and try to take their land.
Well, they can't.
Albuquerque.
They can't sell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I was coming through Albuquerque. I-25. I-25 is south of New Mexico is south of Colorado, and yeah, I've been through all of that. I've
What
been
part of
through
New
just about the
Mexico?
whole America. Come again?
Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna go to my chat GPT right quick and see what it was saying. Because there's this website that you can bid for assets. I did that, and basically you can bid for stuff that's basically through the government. It's where the
Mhm.
government, where is it at? Oh, cheapest land in America. So where the government has excess stuff, um, you they sell it like school buses, a whole bunch of books, stuff like that. And
Right.
so, all right, I'm gonna share my screen again. This ain't got nothing to do with the topic of what we talk about, but before I end it, I'm just gonna do this right quick, and then we can end it if nobody's saying nothing, nobody got any questions. So hold on. And I did this for my man Shakanulu.
Hmm.
So y'all pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is where the real work gets done over here. Well, I'm talking about this browser, not ChatGPT. So it said Arizona, Coach, Apache, Mojave counties. Why so cheap? Dry desert, remote, minimal utilities. How cheap? About 500 to 1,000 per acre. New Mexico, Luna, Valencia, Torres counties. Why so cheap? High availability of undeveloped land. Fewer restrictions for off-grid living. $300 to $1,500 per acre. Arkansas, Sharp, Izard, Fulton counties. Why so cheap? Rural Ozarks region, low population. How cheap? $1,000 to $2,000 per acre. Good for quiet, wooded retreats or mobile home setup. Colorado, Costilla County, remote mountain desert counties, 1,000 to 2,500 per acre. Mississippi, Wilkinson, Wayne, and Jasper counties, rural south, about 800 to 1,800 per acre. Low cost options, West Texas, Michigan, Maine. Where to find these deals? Landwatch.com, landflip.com, auction.com, or bidforassets.com. So I actually did bidforassets.com, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on there from the government that they have excess and surplus. And so that site, from my experience, is right and exact because I ordered something and I got it. And what's funny is that I got a whole bunch of like star knives, utility knives and stuff. And it's crazy because I got it from Pennsylvania because at the people forget that they have knives and all that stuff when they go on the airport to the airport. And so they basically collect these. They don't give it back. They collect them, and then they have it for a minute, and then they sell it. And so I was planning on selling all that shit on eBay and stuff like that. And so yeah, so it's called Bid BID for the letter 4 assets ASSETS.com. So it's this one right here. It's lien, tax lien, and deed auctions and shit like that. And so you can look on there and find a whole bunch of shit on there. So if y'all like to resell shit and sell it for cheap and or buy for cheap and sell, then that's a good option. And so yeah. All right. Almighty, you got, hold on. I worked in Albuquerque for about 6 months building a Facebook. Albuquerque, lived there. This could be
I drove through Albuquerque. They had a big Indian reservation over there.
This could be a teachable moment for those that want to get married. So, G, different topics and shit. Yeah, so like I said, we're not trees. We can move different places and all that. I'm liking how my camera, like I got a way better camera now. And so, look, I can move it. And I got the, you feel me? Zoom out. Got the Bob Marley, zoom in.
I don't know how to do that on my phone.
Yeah, I got a new camera.
Oh, it's camera. That's good.
And so, yeah. All right. So this has been longer than I thought it would be, and we've been talking random shit. And so I'm gonna end this one and call it a night. It's still hold on, it's still light outside. So it's not.
So you usually get on at the guard, my time, the guard hour, right?
Sure.
So I think I would make it right before yours. So I'll go from mine to yours. I think I might do it like that. I think I might do that.
There's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week.
Yeah. I'll be like, okay, everybody, I'm getting ready to go to Wise Prince show at 7 p.m. my time. And then from my time, so from my cipher, I'll go to your cipher. So that's some more fun, play around on the internet.
True indeed. All right, so I'm gonna get off. It was a good one. It was in this we could have compacted in like an hour and a half. Pull a Nike. Yeah, just pull a Nike and do it. Don't fight anyone else's time. Yeah, just create your own time. And when you start out, like Shaka Noodle said, you're not going to be on lives. You gotta put in a certain amount of time before you can do these lives. And so just record the videos on your phone. And you can record a whole bunch and then drop them each day of the week.
Okay.
Just do it, guys. Stop overthinking. Just do it. You've been saying you wanted to do it. Just do it, God. You're overthinking. And if you don't know how to do it, you're already on YouTube. Go on YouTube, watch some videos of how to do it, and then bam, you got it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, God.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm about to hop off. Appreciate y'all coming through. This was I think on YouTube, it's 500 subs to go live now. Oh, well, I'm not even at 500, and I've been going live for a long time. And so, yeah, I think that's to go. I think you got to have a certain amount of watch hours and all that stuff, you know. But, yeah, I'm about to hop off. And peace, Almighty.
Peace, Lord. Y'all have a good one.
You got.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace to everybody out there in the cyberspace. Oh, by the way, the computer's a grafted mind, and that makes this a test tube conversation. So peace to everybody in cyberspace.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Where you want me to stop at?
How about Chipotle?
Can you text me what you want, please?
For shizzle, my nizzle.
Okay.
All right, peace. To go live from YouTube. Peace. So I'm probably going to do a video of how I see today's mathematics, because I want to keep that momentum, keep it going. You feel me, though? Keep it going. And so that's what I'm going to do. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to the babies, man. Peace to the babies. Peace to the civilized, and peace to the uncivilized, because the uncivilized needed more. Hit the end. Ha! Peace.